Welcome to Road Breaker Wrestling Podcast. I'm elderly and pissed, and I am here today, going at it alone. But man, let's talk about what's going on in professional wrestling right now. First of all, I just want to say this, and this is how I truly feel. Out of all the shows in wrestling right now that are doing their thing, I feel that number one, it's AAA. Undertaker, Jeremy Borash, or whoever's working on his team, they're doing an amazing job. Um, Collision, to me, Collision is better than Dynamite. It's just a lot more wrestling what AEW is known for, um, and just some good continuation without all the fluff. This past Dynamite really let me down with the conversation of Will Osprey and Kenny Omega. That was such a letdown, such a letdown in my opinion. It definitely could have been more straight to the point, a little shorter, maybe done not as a backstage segment, but done in the ring. But but the but it's just like not good. But back to like I would say AAA is leading Collision, and then I would say third would be TNA. TNA had an amazing pay per view with TNA Lockdown. Anybody who's out there, please go back and watch TNA Lockdown. TNA Lockdown was something that was amazing. It was um, just a spectacle, good wrestling, story progression. If you've been keeping up with TNA, it was something really good. So please watch TNA. TNA is up there, quality product. Number four, I would say, is SmackDown. Uh, SmackDown's good right now. Especially compared to everything else that happens in the main roster WWE product. Um, SmackDown is kicking butt. We have good progression with the storylines with CM Punk, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Cody, and Randy. We're actually going to get a good one now because WrestleMania was lackluster with the celebrity involvement. And then we're going to, and Gunther, him, Finn Balor, all those guys, we got good stuff going on. Um, I've stated many times, I wish that we had and I had this conversation earlier today with lyrical genius Peter Wesley and the Shah Shahid, among others, that I think Nick Aldis needs to be the man in he needs to wrestle. The man needs to wrestle. We need to bring up Robert Stone from NXT, put somebody else there maybe to be the person, to be the GM in NXT. But Robert Stone is uh is a good guy. Put him up there. Let Aldis become a full time wrestler again. I would love to see him in the mix for the WWE Championship. And then I would say the fifth best show is NXT. It's not even maybe, it's NXT. Um NXT, good story progression. We have people are written off, and they're written off in good ways. In the end, Tony D'Angelo is holding it down. They have Zilla Fatu, which has gotten a lot of buzz. He had advertisement, a promo, a little thing for Raw. Like that was like on Raw. Come on now, and he's just an NXT guy. Definitely maybe some family stuff going on, but there's a lot of buzz. But just with Zilla, love him, I hate him. Definitely a lot of buzz surrounding the young man. I also would like to say that it's just Raw and Dynamite, I feel, are like confused right now. Dynamite, I don't think they don't know what to do to lead into to the pay per view. Like, yeah, All In is going to be great this Saturday or Sunday, I think this Sunday. It's going to be probably their best pay per view of the year. Who knows who's going to debut? Whether it's Dragonoff, the New Day, with Swerve, which everyone is predicting and wanting. We don't know, but I'm also predicting Ospreay's out with the title. I don't like that Kenny's heel. I've stated that many times, but hey, it is what it is. but we're going to have an amazing run there. But Dynamite is just and Raw is just Raw is in a holding pattern every other week. We're waiting for Roman Reigns to return. Yes, we're having amazing matches. Phoenix versus Dragon Lee, Penta versus um La Parka the third or fourth, I forget. But they're good matches. Even the decent match with the Usos versus LA Knight and Solo Sikoa. But no one cares. No one really cared when Hobbs came back, as Corey Graves called him, Royce Keys with OTM. But I'm happy that OTM got their call up to the main roster and that they're going to be doing something. But I've heard a lot of people state that, hey, maybe they need a mouthpiece. Maybe they need Jada back. Jada against her man. I don't think that's going to happen, Jey Uso. But who knows how this is going to turn out. But I feel like no one cares about the main event angle unless the main event star is there, and that's Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is the guy that's carrying Monday Night Raw. Even if they have good matches, Rey Mysterio, Chad Gable, chef kiss last week. But it was not. No one really the audience cares, but they cared more about that show because Roman Reigns was there. This week, Roman Reigns is not there. We have great matches with Penta and Dragon Lee, where people were kind of bored until we started seeing some crazy stuff from Dragon and Penta. Especially when Dragon Lee cannonballed himself onto Ray Phoenix as Ray Phoenix was sitting on the desk. Everybody loved that. And it's Canadian fans. I know they were doing a double taping. They were there for the long haul. I hope that SmackDown was good. I saw a few of the smaller spoilers on SmackDown. We'll see how that turns out. But Raw needs to step up its game. How are you going to be the flagship show of the number one wrestling organization in the world and you're lackluster? Definitely room for TNA and other people and other organizations, AEW, MLW. MLW is very very good. MLPW, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, very good. I know some people said they love JCW. I love OVW. But that's just I have a bias for OVW because I'm a Kentucky and a man. But things need to change in wrestling today. That's how I feel. I hope other people feel the same way. Everybody's talking about all this other stuff about what's going on with ESPN. Man, look, ESPN, WWE, they're not going to go anywhere. ESPN is trying to get that. I think ESPN Plus and ESPN in general is going to go up, just because they have to recoup some of that money that they pay for WWE. I heard it was like 2 million viewers for them with the rates they're getting now, and the WWE network only had 1 million plus viewers with for $10.99 for $9.99. My bad, $9.99. So it's not going to happen anytime soon. So ESPN Plus is going to go up. Everybody, get your VPNs like hotcakes because it's crazy out here trying to watch WWE. But I will say this before I get off of here: the best thing on Raw might be when Roman Reigns isn't there is Obafemi and Braun Breaker. I think this is coming too soon. It's definitely happening too soon. But maybe it'll be a Smods finish. It is happening on Sunday night's main event. Some people don't have Peacock anymore. So and if you're international, you know where to watch it. It's on YouTube, but we'll see how that goes. But I'm elderly and I'm pissed at the state of wrestling right now. Everyone, be safe. And remember, when life is choking you out and you about to tap, don't tap, make it to the ropes for a rope break. Peace.